Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy here, Jacob Rothenberg, and we are going to do in this video Kindle Publishing Q&A. Questions came through from both YouTube and Facebook, and I want to tackle them all as you've sent in some real good questions. So starting off, Solomon Crypto Jones, aka Mario, what's up man? You were asking about unique angles for different keywords and other ways to like make a spin or a special proposition with value for keywords. Now Mario, given that you've been publishing for I think 3 years now, you've pretty much seen a lot already. But for those of you who are newer, I mean, there's some stuff that you can do that's very simple to get another kind of demographic for a niche, and that's to, as I just used the word, segment to a demographic specifically. So if you're going to be doing a book on, let's say, I'm not going to give keywords away that easily. Let's just say fat loss. Fat loss for senior citizens is going to be possibly different from fat loss for women, fat loss for pregnant women, fat loss for dogs, fat loss for beauty pageant contestants. Anything you can do to segment your audience to a more specific demographic can help you get different angles on a keyword. Now, I think everyone's kind of already heard that one. Another one, if it's something that is more on the low content or creative side, is just to come up with a funny angle. So something that's been real popular, and I'll give you a keyword away, is farting animals. Now, this has been done a little bit, but I think there could be still opportunity for farting animals. So you don't want to do maybe the 50th farting animal book, but perhaps you can do looking at farting ducks, farting pigeons, different species that perhaps that you can research to see if they're popular for kids in the way of like activity books, coloring books, and pair it up with farting or something of that sort, just to give you an example. So that's another thing you can do. And there's so many other ways, but to put it simply, if you can segment your audience, that helps a lot with getting an angle on a keyword. So next question, Boris. It's how to set up automation systems for automation systems. So what Boris is talking about, how can we set up systems in place that automate our processes with Amazon? And while there's no AI, artificial intelligence approach to yet automate the publishing processes, what most people do is they instead delegate their work to a virtual assistant, or VA for short. So this is something that I do. At this point, I not only have a VA, I have a staff of people, I would say at this point an agency of staff that take care of everything that I do, my business partner, and for my clients as well. So whether it's going to be with regards to content creation, if it's with helping with marketing, such as newsletter swaps and newsletter promotions, I have staff in place that take care of that. And if I wanted to, I could delegate the ads management of the business. And actually, that's what my business partner takes care of. So you could say once you have the right staff in place for your processes, it's all automated where you can be relatively hands-off. You still want to supervise everything going on to an extent to make sure things are going well, but you want to hire staff to take the workload off you after you have the cash flow needed to afford staff. Now, how to automate this all? So the only real way to do it without any kind of software that I could never vouch for in 2020 is having a reliable VA manager, someone that is really, really solid with Kindle publishing. They are honestly either going to be very hard to come by, or you're going to have to train them from scratch. I have seen VAs that are actually more knowledgeable about Kindle publishing than 99% of Kindle publishers out there. Like I said, they are very hard to come by. I'm not going to just give away contacts so easily, but usually those publishers who are a little bit more quiet, they're not going to create a course or be on Facebook too loudly. There's publishers out there making between 20 to 50 a month, 20,000 to 50 a month, thousand a month, and their VAs are really, really good, meaning they've been trained to handle the facilitation of just about everything with the whole processes involved with publishing. And as well, they actually know the ins and outs of KDP, even how the algorithm works, how you get a verified review versus an unverified review, etc. So at some point, Boris, once you have more money coming in, you should consider actually building staff, because there's no quick fix to having things automated. You need to put in the hassle and the effort needed to train your staff. So next, we've got a bunch of questions from Alex Wong. I believe some of these I've answered in previous videos, but that's okay. Maybe those of you watching have encountered my channel for the first time, so I'll knock these questions one by one. If low-content books are still worth publishing in 2020, they are absolutely worth publishing still in 2020, and at this point, aside from journals, low content's probably the easiest way to get started with publishing with the least barrier of entry, meaning you can ostensibly hire someone, maybe from a third world country, to produce a low content book between 30 to 50 pages, anywhere from low as $50, which I've actually done, anywhere from $50 to $150 to $200. And when we're comparing investing $1,000 in a book, that's a lot of money. That can be almost someone's paycheck for a lot of people. Whereas if you're investing $150, okay, if you lose $150, it sucks, but you're not going to be taking a big dent out of your paycheck. So it's definitely worth doing to start out with Kindle publishing. And if you are in the right keyword at the right time, I think that luck, it can be defined as being in the right place at the right time. You can make a lot of money. And there's countless examples of this in the publishing market. And I have clients who have done extremely well, even better than I have, through low content. So it's absolutely still worth publishing in 2020. Just don't copy everyone else with the exact same keywords. Be a little bit original, put some effort into your content with regards to quality, and you should see results after enough time, persistence, enough books published. How to get more reviews. This is something that a lot of people struggle with, and it's something that at this point, because I do fiction publishing primarily, I don't have a problem getting some reviews to start out with. So the easiest way to get more reviews is to establish what's called an ARC team. That's an advanced reader copy team. What that team does in exchange for a free book, you will have them leave an honest review on Amazon. Now, how do you assemble people into an ARC team? All you need to do really is have some kind of platform, whether it's a Facebook group or a newsletter, email list, email out or post out to Facebook that you're doing an invitation-only ARC group, and in exchange for a free copy of the book, they'll leave a review, then they can opt into an email form. And I honestly teach all this for free on my YouTube channel. If you check out Social Media Domination, it's a series I've been running earlier this month, and it teaches you how to set this up. And believe it or not, once you have at least I'd say 20 people in your ARC team, which is a very small number, you will get reviews. Out of 20 people in an ARC team, I'd expect at least 2 or 3 reviews minimum. And so that works extremely well. And for launches that I do properly with enough preparation, it's not unheard of for me to get at least 30 or even 40 reviews for a book. My business partner can get at least 100 reviews per launch on every single one of her books. And she puts a lot more preparation and releases than I do. So there you go. How to grow your brand on Amazon. So 2 ways. Number 1, Once you do have traction for a keyword or book that you've published for, just put out another book related to the topic. So if you're doing the raw food diet for dogs, you want to do the raw food diet for dogs advanced edition. I'm just making shit up. If you want to do something related to computer programming, you can do the beginner guide, the intermediate guide, the advanced guide, and that'll work well for you. Hold on, we have a hijacking on my camera. Now, this is not live, but that's okay. So that'll help you create more content for your brand, because brands do need content regularly released on Amazon. And from there, as I mentioned in my previous video, you can build an audience outside of the Amazon platform, and that'll help you grow sales and inevitably grow the reach of your brand with the products that you have both on Amazon, or maybe you'll even be an affiliate marketer that can pitch out and hustle stuff to Facebook groups. Maybe you want to do something involving drop shipping, whatever it may be. You can even do courses and coaching if it's in a field that you have expertise in. There's a lot of opportunities there. So think outside the box, think outside the platform, and you can make a lot of money on the internet right now. Trust me, I kind of know that. So next, bidding strategies for Amazon ads. There's so many different strategies that you can employ. There was one strategy that I like to use, but I don't really teach it to clients anymore due to liability issues. I personally like to start out bidding high, taking intentional losses just so that I can get in all the sales that I can for my books, so that the algorithm recognizes I'm getting sales and favors me with regards to search results, also bots, what have you. Now, the reason why I don't teach this is to clients one-on-one directly is because in nonfiction especially, I've had bad experiences where someone can't either afford to be running ads at a loss long term, or the client forgets to do the reduction of ad spend, and more importantly, the inclusion of negative keyword targeting on a campaign. So this is getting a little bit more advanced. If you're a newbie, you don't know what I'm talking about. But after you have your campaign set up, you do want to work on improving the efficiency of it with the way of trimming out keywords that don't convert, whether it's lowering your bids or upping your bids for something that's profitable. Hello. Training VAs. So, I mean, that could be a whole course in and of itself. And in fact, there is a program for that. I'll put a link below in the video of this description to Juan Bourne's program. You know, am I gonna just pitch this because I make an affiliate commission? Yeah, kind of. But at the same time, training a VA is something that needs to be done with attentiveness and care. And if you do it wrong, and I honestly, that's one of my biggest failures, is the first VA I ever had, I didn't set the right expectations and I caused a falling out with that. So make sure you set up the training and communication with your VA properly, and Juan's course is great at having you be a good leader and a good manager. So link to that is below in the description. And last question is it worth starting a YouTube channel? Like, what's it like? Honestly, YouTube is something that takes literally years to cultivate and grow. I've had this channel like for Kindle Publishing for almost 3 years now. And you know, Kindle Publishing is not exactly the most mainstream, sexiest topic. So even after almost 3 years, I don't really spend money into the production of my channel yet. And I have, at least at this point, hundreds of videos with only 3,600 rather subscribers to show for it. So what I would say, don't do it for the money necessarily. Do it because you have fun talking about your topic, your niche. Do it because you have a passion. I know that sounds really woo-woo, but it's the truth. Because if you want to make money off YouTube, unless you're selling something that people will immediately buy, it's a hustle. So it's not something that you're going to see immediate returns with. I think it took me a year and a half at least, maybe even close to 2 years, to get my first 1,000 subscribers. Now, if you can find something that is more lucrative, something that's easier to build an audience for, like calling out fake gurus and all that stuff. That's a lot more lucrative, and it's really easy to build subs that way, in my opinion. So that's all that there is for today, guys. Hope you're doing well, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I've got to get to dinner, and I'll see you later. Take care.